brown toast there to make your hair curl.
What I want is something to stop it from coming out. Look at that.
Ah, is he going bald then?
It's worry, that's what's doing it.
What's the matter with it? I'd hate to see you without her. It wouldn't seem the same.
It's a wonder I've got any left at all with what I've been going through. Here, look at my back.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. It's just about the baldest back I ever did see.
No, Mother, stop mucking about. Look at these 2 lumps here and here.
2 lumps?
Yes, here and here.
Oh, yes, I see them.
Well?
Well, what?
Well, can you see them or can't you?
Of course I can see them.
I knew it.
Well, what about them?
It's all that lifting. It's deformed me.
Oh, Dennis, love them are your shoulder blades, where your wings used to be.
It's no use trying to comfort me, Mother. I knew there was something wrong. I felt them growing.
Dennis, they are 2 perfectly normal shoulder blades.
Well, they weren't there last time I felt them.
Oh, all right. If you feel like that about it, you just go on feeling like that if it makes you happy. Talking about jobs. What would you think of a job where you did 2 4-hour shifts, your own boss, and not exactly what you call sweated labour?
Where do I sign on?
Not you, love, me.
Hey, you jammy beggar. When do you start?
Well, I'm not so sure that I'm going to take it on.
Well, if you turn a chance like that down, you want your head looking at. Where is it?
Laundrette. You know that laundrette place?
Oh, I always thought that were a cushy little number. What's holding your back, cloth head?
Nugent.
Nugent?
Ah, well, you see, I couldn't give her much notice, and she's off on her holidays, so...
You wouldn't catch her worrying about you if it were the other way around.
Oh, yes, you would, Dennis. That's just the trouble.
Huh?
Mrs. Tanner. Mrs. Tanner, I have a most unpleasant task to perform. In our short but happy association, I have never... Oh, dear. I'll be with you in a moment, Mrs. Tanner. Oh, Mrs. Tanner. Oh, sorry, I thought you were Mrs. Tanner.
Have you any buttons for men's doodads?
Yes. Buttons for what?
Oh, overalls, you know.
Oh, yes. Yes, we sell them by the card.
Oh, I only wanted one. But I suppose they'll come in.
They're in one of these boxes. Oh, yes, here we are. There's an odd one in the bottom here, if that'll do.
Well, that's fine. How much?
I can't really charge for the one. Please accept it with our compliments.
Oh, thank you. Ain't there a lovely smell in here?
A smell?
Clothy and, well, nice. All you can smell in our shop's food. You'd think it'd give you an appetite, but it doesn't me. It puts me right off. I've lost pounds since I came here and can't really afford it, can I?
Ah, goodbye. Hello, Mrs. Tanner.
Oh, love, Miss Judith, I'm terribly sorry I'm late.
Please don't worry about that. If you don't, I certainly won't. Can I get you a cup of tea? The kettle has just boiled.
That'd be very nice of you, Miss Nugent.
And shall I take your coat while I'm at it?
Yeah, yes, if you want.
I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the summer when it's fiddle. I love Paris in the winter when it's drizzle. I love Paris in
Hey, you.
the summer. Oh, my name's Irma, Miss Ogden too.
Oh, right then, Miss Ogden. Give us a kiss.
Well, 9:30 in the morning, you sexy pig.
Oh, all right then. Well, congratulations anyway.
And what resisting your masculine advances?
The darning.
Oh, that. Well, before you go any further, don't tell me I've passed.
Great. Top mark.
Well, just fancy that. Imagine them big, fat, greasy old hands.
Oh, come off, bitch. Stop fishing for compliments. You've got marvellous hands and you know it.
Well, there you are. You see, I'm not just a very desirable bit of stuff. I mean, I'm clever with it, aren't I?
Hey, our kid was very impressed. He says what about doing his?
Oh, don't tell me he wants to marry me or not. I won't tell her what he said, though. She'd never forgive him, would she?
Yeah, tell you what. I'm looking forward to sampling your cooking.
Oh, you're in for a big surprise, believe me. Anyway, come on, you can see I'm a working girl. Let me get on with it, eh?
Oh, all right then. See ya.
Oh, watch where you're going, will you?
See ya.
Oh, here a minute, my little flower. Here, well, see this lot here? Will you just tread it down for me, see, because, well, the bin men won't be here for another week, and I've got to get all that in.
Me?
Well, I can't see any other bright smiling little faces around.
You're not getting me. You're treading no bin down.
Private Terror, I will report you to the commanding officer.
Oh, you can do what you blooming well like. It's all right, don't you dare. I'll do it.
Right, go on then, I'll overlook it this once, the insubordination.
I've come to perform the operation.
Eh?
That button, where was it missing from?
Oh, it's here. Can't we do it later?
No, better now than
Oh.
later. Oh, stop wriggling.
No, you got a loose hair. It's sticking in my chin.
I washed it last night. Hey, do you like long hair?
You're off with you.
Hey, what do I do? I've never been in one of these places before.
All right, just wait and watch me, right?
All right. Can we sit down?
Ah, go on. All free of charge. It's all in. Dig in.
Hey, it's all right, isn't it?
Are you giggling at?
Hey, hey, where's mine?
In there.
Oh. There's my little white socks. Oh, look, the underpants. You want to see this one over here? Hang on, we'll be round in a sec. Here they come. You see it?
Hello, Mr. Fairclough.
I've got you another customer here, love.
Hey, there go my underpants again.
I don't think I'll be able to drag him away.
I'm glad I've seen you. Are you likely to be meeting Mrs. Tanner?
I shouldn't be at all surprised.
Well, she left something in one of the machines. It's a good one, so she'll probably be missing it. Would you mind giving it back for me, please?
It'll be a pleasure.
Hey, you're in, Meredith. Hey, up here, they come again.
Here, get off. Well, thank you very much, madam. If you don't find it satisfactory, please bring it back. Gamma garments aim to please, you know.
Thank you. You're trying not to touch anything, dear. You're going to get your grandmother into trouble doing that. Come on, love.
Well, thank goodness that's over. I thought they'd never stop coming in. I tell you what, there's something to be said for working on commission.
Yes, sir. I suppose there is under some circumstances.
You know, when you think about it, old Nick must be coining it in if the other branches are paying off like this. Still, he pays more than most, although you can't exactly say it's a job with a future, can you?
I think I'd better put the coffee on. It always helps, doesn't it?
That's what?
The coffee.
Yeah.
It helps.
Yes, I suppose it does. I'll just finish tidying these up.
Mrs. Tanner? With or without sugar?
Well, now, since when have I ever had coffee without sugar?
No. No, of course not.
Oh, hello, and who let you out?
I'm on an errand. He wants to know what Grisdale's charging for vegetables.
Oh, does he? Well, remind me to stock in. He's bound to undercut.
Hey, have you told her?
No, I haven't got round to it yet.
It must be cracked.
Look, Dennis, it's my business and I know it best, so just leave it alone, will you?
Put the pan on. Would you remind me, it's never the same if it boils. You're not at work, Mr. Tanner?
Oh, yes, I'm at work, all right.
Oh, good. Good.
I don't suppose I'll be there much longer, the way things is. Right, well, I'll see you at dinner, shall I?
Yes, all right, love.
Work.
He's not going to give up his job, surely.
Oh, I wish he would, though. He's been like a bear with a sore head ever since he started there.
Oh, but I think that would be most unwise.
Oh, well, I've tidied him over before. I could tidy him over again. He is all I've got, you know.
Oh, Mrs. Tanner,
Lovely, what's worrying you?
I've been told to give you a week's notice.
Papagopolis. So I didn't get away with it after all.
I don't want to seem disloyal, but I do think it's most vindictive and quite uncalled for.
When does he want me to leave?
Oh, there'll be the statutory notice, of course. A week on Friday.
A week on Friday, eh?
Whatever are you going to do?
You couldn't make it this Friday, could you?
Honestly, I couldn't tell where they all was. Oh, she's a dab hand at drowning.
Aye, she go with her hands as our kid. Takes after me.
Go on, who do you think you're kidding? Oh, believe me. I bet you couldn't sew a button on. Ooh. Hey, what's the cooking like?
Cooking? What's a dream, man? A dream. She makes smashing chips.
Hey, come on, what are you having?
Huh? Similar.
Likewise.
One similar one, likewise a pint for me and a pound out of it, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
Ta. Oh, aye. Aye. What are you looking at me like that for, Elsie? Tell us.
What else does she do besides chips?
Huh? I have it in my pocket so that I can give it back.
Len, a joke is a joke, and I flatter myself I have as good a sense of humour as the next person. But I hardly think that Mrs. Tanner could be amused if she could hear you now. 3 and 10pence halfpenny, please.
I've got to give it back.
Oh, really?
Well, stone me. You tell the flipping truth and no one believes you. You ask Charlie Moffat.
Charlie Moffat? What's Charlie Moffat got to do with it?
Because he was there when I got it.
Huh?
Before I forget, love, you will be all right this afternoon.
All right? Why shouldn't I be all right?
Well, I may be a little late in getting back.
Getting back from where?
The meeting, love. Didn't I tell you?
You never said out to me about a meeting.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter, love. I'm sure you'll be able to cope in your usual very competent manner.
Oh, come off it, Annie.
Beg your pardon?
I said come off it. I've a round to play off in President's Cup this afternoon, and well, you know it.
This afternoon? I certainly did not know it was this afternoon, or I should have said something.
Oh, yes, you did.
Are you calling me a liar?
Well, shall we say it slipped your mind, eh?
Look, Jack, I am very sorry, but I cannot possibly miss this meeting. It's out of the question. It will probably result in my becoming chairman of the Ladies' Victuallers Association, so you can appreciate how important it is.
Chairman of the Ladies' Victuallers.
It's very much on the cards.
Not this year, it isn't. I'm going to my game as arranged, and you're staying here as arranged.
Now, Jack, really, there is no point in arguing about an important matter like
Who's
this,
arguing?
you know.
I'm not arguing, I'm telling you.
How much did you say spuds were down?
Threepence on £5.
Ah, well, we'll have £10 of them. There we are. There's the list, and there's the money. You can have a drink to my new job with the change.
You've told her then?
Yes, I told her.
I think I might as well go and jump in the cut and have done with it.
What's up with you?
You know very well what's up with me. I'm unhappy in my job.
Well, why don't you do something about it then?
Such as?
Well, change your job, resign.
Well, but without another one to go to, I'd be a laughing stock. Oh, I know what they say about me round here, you know.
You and me both, love. But since when have we ever cared much about that?
And then she thinks I'm doing all right.
Oh, she does she?
She thinks I'm sticking up to it, you know.
Well, so you are, love.
And does it? I'm going to get myself a job.
Well, that's more like it.
Something real good. Where's last night's paper?
Oh, love, I'm sorry. I wrapped the peelings in and I threw it in the dustbin.
I seem to spend the rest of my days rooting round in dustbins. Well, I'm not proud. What's a few scraps when your future's at stake, eh?
Oh, come in. Yes, I had an inkling it might be you. What's the gimmick?
Well, Mrs. Claxton down the old washhouse, she said this was yours and to return it to you. I had another story lined up, but I didn't think you'd fall for that one.
You're dead right there. Listen, you might as well be the first to know. I've finished with the job. As a matter of fact, I've been fired.
Go on.
Yeah. No kidding.
Well, you sound dead worried. What's the catch?
Ram it!
I'll tell you later.
Here we are.
There you are, you see? That's how worried I am. That's his dinner. I put it in the dustbin, my mistake.
Hey, do you remember when we lived in Princess Street? That time I threw a pan at you and it went straight through the window.
Ah, we had cardboard over the window all through that shocking winter. Kept falling down. It was cold.
You know, I reckon that's what kept us together then, trying to keep warm.
Ah, we had some good times in Princess Street, didn't we?
Yeah. Here, you never told me where you went that night when I locked you out.
I nipped round back, got in kitchen window and slept the night on the sofa.
Well, you old twister. I bet you knew I'd worry myself sick over you and all.
I nipped out in the morning before you got down.
Sure you weren't with somebody else?
No, why should I tell you that if I wasn't?
You're awful, Stan Mountain.
That's why you love me, innit? Well, I'm going to get some kip. Wake us up at opening time, will you?
Yeah.
Big fat polony. What's up with you? Well, I ask you, listening to you two, it's enough to put you off it for life.
Off what?
Well, marriage for one thing.
What, me and your dad? What's wrong with us?
Oh, come off it, Mum. It might be all lovey-dovey right now, but think what it's like most of the time.
Oh, you're thinking about you and David?
Of course I'm thinking about me and David. And I don't just drop off to sleep when I go to bed at night, you know. I worry about it.
Well, I can't see what you're worried about.
I'm worried about getting into something what I might regret later. And I don't just mean David, neither. I mean, look at half the people what's been married round here. They'd have been better off if they hadn't have bothered.
Oh, no, I can't agree with that, Irma. Well, I mean, Stan may have his faults, bless him, but I can't imagine being without him.
Right, what about Elsie Tanner, then? And Len Fairclough and Jerry Booth?
Well, what about Mr. and Mrs. Walker? They're happily married.
You mean she is?
Well, Ken and Val, then, what about them?
Oh, no comment.
Oh, any road, it's different with you and David. He's got a good job for one thing.
And do you really think that's all that matters?
Well, believe me, love, it's half the battle.
You'll lock up after me, won't you, love? Well, aren't you going to wish me luck?
I'm sorry to interrupt. I have a word with you, Mr. Tanner. I'm sorry to interrupt you, your work.
Oh, I shouldn't worry about that, Miss Newton. It all gets done in time, doesn't it?
It's about you. It's about Mrs. Tanner. I hardly know how to say this, but I'm afraid she's been dismissed.
Dismissed?
Oh, dear, I knew it was come as a shock. I'm afraid she had a disagreement with Mr. Papagopoulos, and this was the outcome.
You mean she's got the sack?
I must say she seemed to take it very calmly, but, of course, these things only seem to penetrate sometimes after an interval, as it were. I thought perhaps I should warn you so that you could perhaps, well, rally round.
Oh, don't worry, Miss Nugent. I'll rally round her all right.
Yeah, I must have umpteen of them, but can I find one when I want one?
Right.
Can I heck?
Don't seem to be having much luck either. How about that?
No, that's a backstud. What I want's a fronton.
Well, would you mind telling me what's the difference?
Yeah, a fronton's longer. It's got to go through 4 holes, you see, and a backhand's never got to go through 2.
You wouldn't be having me on, would you, Mr. Tatlock?
Well, you did ask.
Aye, well, I'm afraid we've not got any. I'll tell you what we'll do.
Yeah.
I'll get Miss Nugent to order some. They should probably be in 2 or 3 days.
Right, and then you let me know when they come, eh?
Well, I won't be here, unfortunately, but I'm sure Miss Nugent will tip you the wink.
Why, you're not leaving, are you?
Oh, well, you know what to say. Fresh fields and pastures new.
Oh, and where would you be off to this time?
Well, I don't want to say exactly at the moment, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed for luck.
think I know what they mean now by working your fingers to the bone. Look at them blisters.
And I always thought you were thick-skinned. I'll take it all back.
Oh, I should have known better than to expect sympathy from you.
Oh, well, why don't you stop moaning about it and do something? Resign. Get yourself a job. Resign like I did.
Oh, yes. You're wonderful, you are, aren't you? Especially when it comes to lying.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I don't think I'll be taking it on, she says. She's going on holidays soon and I can't give her much notice. I were practically weeping.
Would you mind telling me exactly what you're on about?
All this stuff about wanting to leave. You knew very well you'd got the push.
I most certainly did not.
And you can stop pretending about it, because I know all about it. Miss Nugent told me you'd been fired.
Well, I wasn't. At least not until after I'd decided to leave. If I had any scruples, I would have told her first.
Scruples? You made it all up just to save face with me.
Dennis, Tara, do you think I'd go to those lengths just to convince you?
It's marvellous how you always get mad when your conscience is troubling you.
You know, there are some times when I could strangle you.
All them lies, just to save face with me. I feel quite touched.
Jack not back yet, Mrs. Walker?
I haven't the slightest idea when he'll be back, Mr. Ogden.
He's in lumber.
Serve him right.
Oh, no, Len, have a heart.
Serve him right for marrying her in the first place.
Oh, I see what you mean.
That's what's wrong with the world today, you know. People are married to the wrong other people. You know, Annie Walker wanted a nice, respectable, educated, refined sort of fella. Like Stanley.
Oh, why? You'd have made a lovely couple.
Give over. Joking's joking.
Who's joking?
Evening all.
Buy him a drink.
She's gone out.
Well, it's your authority, mate. You want a drink, you want serving, go and tell her.
Are you kidding? Oh, here's our kid, she'll service.
Hey, Len, have you heard about Elsie Tanner leaving Swindlers?
Ah, it's a good job for you then, Albert.
Oh, and I'd check it and all if I got a chance.
You wouldn't, you know. It's woman's work, is that?
Oh, would you know? I'm too poor to be proud.
Is it the usual for you, Mr. Tatler?
Yes, please, love.
Where's the ladyship tonight?
Sulking. She's had a row with that old man.
Oh, don't tell me it's going to be one of them nights.
I'll have an half when you finish gassing.
Are you speaking to me? Because if you are, there's going to be somebody else fell out in a minute.
There he is, the long-suffering landlord.
Well, how did you go, lad?
I won.
Good.
I did that. And if I can only keep on playing like I did today, I stand a fair chance. Good.
You got another match yet, though, you know, and I don't think you've got a cat in hell's chance of winning that one.
Hey, where is she?
Make sure you duck.
Hey, you know, I think I'll take up bowls.
There's only one fault there.
What?
Your belly, you're too fat, you've got to
Thank
bend
you.
over.
Why, you have, haven't you? I have to do something, though, you know. I'm spending too much time at home. It's ruining my marriage.
You want something lazy?
Ah,
Sunshine, fresh air, peace and quiet.
ah.
Fishing.
Oh, fishing. With a nice bottle of light ale cooling in the shallows.
You're onto something there, Albert.
Oh, no, I'm onto something. And I know a nice little spot that's no more than a bus ride from where we're sitting now.
Peace and quiet, eh? Hey,
What?
have you got any worms in your allotment?
Mrs. Claxton?
Hello, Mrs. Tanner. Oh, if you'd come about the stocking, I gave it to Mr. Fairclough.
No, that's all right. I got that, thank you very much. It's, you know what we were talking about the other night?
The other night?
You know, the job, you know.
Oh, that, yes, I remember.
Well, I was wondering, is it still going?
Oh, yes. In fact, I think Mr. Benson's getting a bit desperate. Hey, did you know somebody who might be interested?
Well, yes, I do. Me.
I've got the evening paper. Have you found anything yet?
Oh, one or two things I might consider. Give us that, will you?
What sort of thing are you looking for?
Oh, something different, you know. Something where I could exploit my personality.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Of course, I'm getting on a bit, you know, and when you get to my age, you've got to consider the future.
How about executives and managers?
You know, you and me, we seem to think along the same lines, don't we?
There's one there. Assistant manager.
Oh, yeah.
Animal fats factory.
Smelly.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Representatives. Don't read this unless you consider yourself worth 3,000 a year plus.
What's that?
Dennis Tanner, rep.
Hey?
Slick, subtle, full of that jungle agility, cutting and hacking me way to the top.
Oh, if anyone can do it, Dennis, you can. You're so good at hacking and cutting.
After all, it's what the man said, isn't it? Get your finger out and you should know. He's cracked it, hasn't he? 3,000 a year plus. Why not?